And it's pretty late. I don't think we're going to get too many people in here, but I thought I'd stream the end of the game anyway.
It's okay. You think you can knock that out before you gotta go?
Oh, yeah, I have one chapter left, and it's like the last chapter. It's not very long.
Okay.
Yeah, this should be trivial. Yeah, I don't even know why I'm still watching these cutscenes. This game's story is completely incoherent. I have no idea what's going on at all. I talked to one of my streamers who likes this game a lot. He's beaten it like 10 or 11 times, and he says he has no idea what's going on in it either. So it's just
Nice.
nothing. Yeah, it's nothing I can do about it.
Hey, while it's loading up, I got something for you to watch real quick.
No, I'm actually already. It's already started for me. Remember, I
Oh,
have an
never mind.
M2. I'll check it out as soon as I'm done here. This shouldn't take very long.
Okay.
You know, I find that to be interesting. The thing you said about DoorDash being better at night than during lunch. Like, I would figure lunchtime would be the rush hour.
See, I'd figure that too, but I was starting to think about it, and I think I came to an explanation for why it is the way that it is.
Mm-hmm.
No, number one, you got people generally have bigger meals with dinner than they do with lunch.
Yeah, I definitely know that.
And number two is when I make a lot of these deliveries at lunch, I'm delivering to people while they're working. I've done that a lot.
Uh-huh.
And when that's going on, a lot of the time it's, some bra's ordering a salad. So
Mm-hmm.
she tips me like $2 to go find her while she's in the middle of a fucking hair salon or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when people are actually ordering a dinner, they're ordering a dinner for their whole family and it's at their house. So they're like, okay, you know what? Let me spring for a $5 tip,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And this is the key one right here is that a lot of folks eating lunch, they don't order off of DoorDash. It's busy, but it's not so busy. Whereas when it comes to dinner time, there's so many people ordering that in order to entice drivers to sign into the app and deliver, they give you a bonus payment per delivery.
Mm-hmm.
So when I rocked out, fucking got like $50 for 4 deliveries in like an hour, uh, for tonight's dinner. It's not just that I had a guy that was ordering a bunch of pizzas and he tipped me $15. It was also that for each one of these deliveries I was making, the app was paying me an extra $2. So that's $8 I wouldn't have gotten otherwise just from actually doing my job.
Mm. Makes
What
sense.
I'm really looking forward to finding out though is that this is the most that I've worked on this since what, like 6-7 months now. And since that time, the app has changed in that at the end of each week they calculate how much you drove and they give you a percentage per mile. In addition, they calculate how long you were working and how much money you made during that time frame. And if you don't hit at least minimum wage, then they factor in those two things and they give you a boost. So considering how much I worked this week, I'm really wondering what I'm going to see because it could be pretty good.
All right.
It could also be not so good. I have no idea what to expect at all.
No, it sounds like it can't be that bad.
I mean, it's extra money that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise. I'm not going to say
Yeah,
no to it.
exactly. That's what I mean.
Ow, ow, ow. Me balls. Yike. Ow. Fuck. That hurt. Ugh.
All right. Let's do this.
Let's not say we didn't.
Ruvik?
Yeah, my parents had one bad experience with Uber Eats, and they were like, never again, and we haven't used it since. So,
Uber Eats sucks. There's a ton of different things,
mhm.
and not all are created equal. Not all of them are the same.
Mhm. The thing I like about Uber Eats is it'll show you exactly where the delivery is. They show you like the car on the GPS. It's a lot
Yeah, and
easier
that can be
to.
nice
It's a lot
to
easier,
see
like
what
if
they're
you're at
doing.
work, to like flag them down.
Yeah. No, I use DoorDash because since I'm a driver for it, I get bonuses. They send to my email little promotional offers a lot where I get discounts.
Hmm.
If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't bother using it because just having food delivered in general is just too expensive.
Yeah, and like I only used it when I had to. I did not use it unless if I had my car available.
Yeah, I mean it's nice in terms of the convenience if you have a ton of money and that's what you're paying for, but it stops being convenient the moment that some fucking needle dick who's delivering your food is making horrible mistakes, and then just like that you're thinking, oh fuck me, if I just bothered to fucking go down myself, it wouldn't have gotten fucked up and I'd have saved myself like $10,
Yeah, exactly.
and that shit adds up. I remember when I was working last year, that company that I was with that let me go in June that I worked with the longest,
Yeah.
because I wasn't spending my money really on anything, like I remember telling you that when they laid me off after working with them for 2 or 3 months, I had $5 grand in my bank account,
Mm.
but I was still spending money like a fucking drunken sailor because I was ordering food all the time.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, when I was going back and looking at it, I was ordering a $9 sandwich. If I'd gone and picked it up myself, it would have just been $9. In order to get it to me, I was spending $18.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just sitting there like, hey, initially that doesn't make a whole, not a huge impact. But I'm sitting there like, okay, I'd order this for myself so that I could eat it when I got home from work. So that's 5 days out of the week. That's an extra $50 a week. Pretty soon at the end of the month, you realize you've spent $200 on something that you didn't fucking need to. Why the hell would you?
Yeah. I made a lot of boring sandwiches for my lunches when I worked at AT&T to avoid that.
Yeah. My old journeyman, he was a great dude. And, he was giving me advice. He's like, what you want to do is you want to get one of these jobs that's going to send you way out there so that you get that travel pay, especially if it's a job that's going to be there for a long time.
Hmm.
You're going to have a crappy quality of life, but if you get a ratty ass fucking Motel 6 with roaches and shit, you stay there, you fucking go to Costco and you get just eat a bunch of bologna sandwiches. It's going to suck. It's a low quality of life, but it's going to be worth it. Because you save every fucking dime you can, and when you come out of that shit, you're gonna be loaded. Unfortunately, I'm never gonna get the chance to collect on his advice, but I'll remember it for other things down the road.
Yeah. Yeah. I have never had to travel for work once in my life, out of state or anything like that. Which is somewhat rare. Usually, people in my industry do have to travel at some point. Like Mughal has to go to a thing once a year in, I think, Orlando.
Well, I mean, going to like a conference or something, that's one thing. You know, routinely having to travel to actually go do work there,
Oh
and
yeah.
live out of a hotel for months on end, that's the shit that sucks. It's like I declined when they offered to send me to Bishop, which is it's still in California, but it's closer to Lake Tahoe than it is to me. Hell, it's pretty fucking far out there. So you know, because I refused to go, they sent other people, and I worked with those guys that did go, and I was asking them about it and talking to them about it, what it was like, and they were like, "Yeah, I did make a ton of money, but it sucked out there." And if it wasn't for the fact that we pretty much all were living out of the same hotel, so you know we were just playing fucking beer pong all night long every night. If it hadn't have been for that, you know, I would have gone fucking insane. I'm like, well, all right then, dog. Yeah. But you know me, like we've already talked about this. I'm all like, I would love to travel for work if it meant that I was telecommuting. I'm all like, if you guys need me to pop into the office once a month, I will happily fly international travel and fucking deal with that kind of shit if it means that fucking the other 20 days out of the month I don't gotta live in this dump.
Actually, me and Snacks have talked a little bit about the Chauvin trial thing. He's not mad about it. There are definitely a lot of things in life that are a lot worth more being mad about it than some trial that took place at 2,000 miles away that has no effect on our lives. So, yeah, we're not mad.
Hold on. Look, even if I was like fucking team Chauvin rooting for this dude to get acquitted, why would I be mad?
Yeah.
Because of exactly what you said. It doesn't affect my life any. He's not my family. I don't know him. And I don't live in Minnesota either, so I don't have to worry about the riots.
Yeah. We talked about it a little bit. I still kind of expect the second-degree murder charge to get dropped at a retrial or something. I don't know exactly what's going to happen.
Well, if what you were saying was true about the juror coming forward and saying they only voted not guilty because they were concerned about their own safety if they voted.
I don't know about that. I don't know if that's true or not. I have no idea.
If that's true, then that appeal's a slam dunk. There's no question.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is like in appeal, it makes sense because like there's a lot of tension and shit around this right now. Give the dude some time to cool his heels in prison in protective custody. Wait a couple of months, let things simmer down. Quietly have an appeals court say, okay, reducing the sentence, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised to see that.
Yeah, in general, there is one thing that still doesn't make any sense to me. I didn't know you could charge somebody 3 times for one murder. I didn't know you could go like manslaughter, third degree, and second degree. I thought you had to pick one that you thought you could get to stick and then get that charge to stick. It's like,
well, no, you can charge people with committing different crimes in the process of committing the same overarching crime. For instance, consider like this. You remember the movie Heat, right?
oh yeah.
Now, what they're doing is robbing a bank. In the process of robbing that bank, you have I forget what the official legal term for it is, but when you're taking people hostage against their will, that kind of shit.
That's the thing OJ went to prison for.
Right. Threatening people with a deadly weapon, and then, of course, you know, once things got hot, actual, you know, murder and attempted murder.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's the biggest thing they get nailed on, you know, if they were getting arrested and tried, obviously would be for the murders. But in addition to all that, it would be they'd be getting charged with armed robbery and fucking everything else, you know, because you're committing more than one crime in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they were arguing, is that they were saying that he was committing more than one crime in the process of doing all that. But in that particular, if it wasn't a case that got national attention, you know, and it didn't even have to be a case of, you know, if the victim, you know, if the George Floyd guy in this case wasn't black, you know, as long as they're all the same ethnicity, it wouldn't matter. We'd have never heard about it, number one. Number two, there ain't no way in hell they'd have charged him with that shit. That's awfully ambitious. But because it was the case that it was and got that kind of national attention is...
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Hard to say.
I don't know. I still
Seriously though, why why is somebody thinking that I'm mad?
no,
That
somebody
he's
thought, yeah, yes. I don't know.
what did the guy say?
No, no, he just said, "Can you ask Snacks how if he was mad about the Derek Chauvin trial? I want to hear his opinion on it."
Oh, my whole opinion on the whole thing. I'll do that in a minute, but I'm getting food first. Hold on.
Mhm. Yeah, I knew he got charged with three things, but I thought one of them was like a tax thing, like something they were just throwing on there completely unrelated to the Floyd thing. I thought,
Oh yeah, fucking Captain Stern from Heavy Metal. You know all the different shit they charge him with: murder, hijacking, arson, rape, and one moving violation.
remember the end of the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie when they're reading off all the charges against Jack Sparrow? It's like impersonating a judge or something. Something like that. I can't remember. But it was a long list. No, Santee, I haven't even heard of any of the movies that were up for Best Picture. Except for Minari, and the only reason I heard about that is because it's a Korean movie, so I'm probably going to see it with my mom and dad. But I've heard about Minari, but I haven't seen any of the Best Picture movies, I don't think. The only movies I saw last year that are any kind of Oscar material at all are uh, Tenet and The Invisible Man, and neither of those movies got nominated for anything, I don't think. So, yeah, I completely missed this. Uh, I completely missed this Oscar season, and I'm super not interested in the Oscars anymore. Like I used to find the Oscars really interesting. I used to. I used to watch it every year. I was really interested to see what would win, but I don't know. I didn't watch enough movies last year to give a crap. It's like whatever.
I don't know why anyone would be interested in the Oscars, because even if you were a major cinephile, if you love film and you want to see the awards for all that kind of shit, the problem is that we know for a fact, beyond a shadow of a doubt, you can't argue that the stuff is rigged. We know
Hmm.
that.
Well, yeah, yeah,
And it's not
fair
just the
enough.
typical complaints people have always had. What I'm referring to is the Weinstein thing. What he got busted for is that he was offering these women, in exchange for sexual favors, that he would buy them an Oscar. So then suddenly the Weinstein Company and all their movies winning Oscars against all odds, against movies that fucking had a clean sweep in all other areas, starts to make sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because you got to ask yourself, if Weinstein could pull that off, who else could? And then the integrity of the whole thing's called into question.
Tenet was nominated for Best Visual Effects. Okay. Yeah, okay. I didn't see any movie last year that I thought was like best picture material, but I only saw 6 movies that came out last year. Full disclosure. Um, I did see a few of the movies on HBO Max this year, like Kong v Godzilla and Mortal Kombat, but those are obviously not Oscar films, so yeah, I completely checked out on movies for 2020. I saw like 6. And I usually try to see at least 20, sometimes up to 30 films that get released a year, but last year I was just like, no. No, 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 no. No, just no. Oh, and Snacks. When I was saying, about stacking charges, I just I get what you were saying about like the Heat example, but my thing is like when Scott Peterson got convicted of first degree murder of his wife and kid, they didn't stack like first-degree murder, second-degree murder, third-degree murder, manslaughter. They didn't stack all that. They just said first-degree murder.
Well, like I said, you have to be committing multiple crimes in the process of committing the same, mischievous sort of event.
Yeah.
And what he did is he killed his wife. So it's like, okay, you charge him with murder because everything that he did there, it was just the murder. If he also stuck a gun in his wife's face first and said, "Give me everything out of your purse," they might have charged him with robbery.
Well, when you put it like that, yeah. Well, I don't. Mortal Kombat was definitely not good, but it did exactly what it set out to do. So, okay. I thought I had fun. It's very stupid, but I had a good time. They captured the spirit of the franchise well enough. And I actually thought Godzilla was pretty good. I liked Godzilla. I don't know where you heard it sucked, but it's actually getting pretty good reviews for whatever that's worth. Not a lot, but... Okay. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? What do I want to do here? F. Rig. Riga. Yeah. That's kind of weird, though, Daniel. You would think if that's the case, then you can only do one? Like you would have to find... I guess they're... Do they just take the sentence of the highest charge, or do they stack the jail time? I guess they don't stack the jail time, and just whatever is the most severe, that's the sentence. So I guess there are some stakes there, but I don't think Chauvin's going to get out of jail alive anyway, because he's like 50, I think, and he's guaranteed to be in there for at least 25 years, so it's not likely. So, I don't know. It doesn't seem like to me that it will matter that much.
It doesn't matter if he's in protective custody because so is Epstein.
Yeah.
What's that supposed to mean?
But in my opinion on the whole thing, I was genuinely surprised to see him be convicted on all counts, because I would have assumed hung jury. But after thinking about it for a while, it made a lot of sense that somebody would be avoiding that, because they're all like, my name's going to get out. Someone's going to find out that I voted not guilty, and I'm in trouble. Because
yeah. I mean,
we saw what these people did to every city. I mean, there was international riots.
Oh yeah,
over the George Floyd
UK,
thing.
Yeah, you're right.
There were riots in countries that George Floyd can't even point out on a map or pronounce. How could you possibly think, if you were one of the 12 people on that jury and you voted not guilty, no matter how justified that may be, that you wouldn't be dead before the year was out?
The fact
and your whole family would be too.
The fact that they reached a verdict in 15 minutes is pretty, like, you guys sure you don't want to talk about this for a little bit? Yeah, that was a little like, wow, you're only going to take 15 minutes? Like, I think everybody, like, it would take more than 15 minutes for everybody to go use the bathroom. I think he gets like 12 years and is probably out in 3 to 4. Maybe. I don't know. That would have to be one hell of a good behavior.
Well, what the hell's he gonna do if he does get out early like that? You know?
Move to a country that is in Europe that is like 98% white. I don't know.
I mean, like, he'd probably be dead the day that they got him out. There'd be a massive crowd protesting. There'd be at least a half dozen people there just waiting to fucking pop him.
It would be quite an event, I must admit. He's already been in jail for 1 year. Okay. Oh, you mother. Oh yeah. The only other movie I saw that was released this year was the Snyder cut of Batman of Justice League, which was much better than I expected, because I expected it was just going to be like a longer version of the shitty first one, but it's actually not. So yeah, the only new movies I've seen lately have been the ones on HBO Max. And those are not Oscar bait movies. Those are entertainment films, pretty much across the board.
Garbage is what you're saying.
I don't know how many of them I would call good. I think that Godzilla vs. Kong and Mortal Kombat were good for what they are, but I wouldn't call them good. They're not really trying to be good. You just have to carry the right standard in.
Oh, hey, since you watched the monkey movie, was there any poop thrown in there?
No.
They missed a huge opportunity then. I mean, can you imagine that? Like, instead of just the monsters fighting for the hell of it, and then all the people just watching because it's cool. King Kong throws a giant monkey turd at Godzilla, who shoots it out of the air with his atomic flame breath, and then horrifying noxious gas clouds of radioactive poop start to spread over the city. And now the city has to be evacuated because it vaporizes the skin on contact.
Yeah, okay. I mean...
So then they have to get them to stop fighting, otherwise they'll destroy the planet. With the horrible burning poo gas. At least it gives the people something to do.
Yeah, that's true. I'm pumped for the fourth Matrix movie that comes out on HBO Max later this year. It's going to be terrible.
What? They're making a what?
Yeah, they're making The Matrix 4 with Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss and Lawrence Fishburne.
How?
I don't know.
What?
You know, that's what I'm thinking. Like, you know, Carrie-Anne Moss died at the end of the third movie. She's dead. Neo died at the end of the third movie. How are you going to do a fourth movie and bring them back?
Yeah, let's do a prequel fucking 20 years later when everyone's old as shit.
Yeah, I haven't seen Carrie-Anne Moss in anything.
Lawrence Fishburne is so old he looks like Forrest Whitaker.
I haven't seen him in a while either. He was in that Predator movie they made like 10 years ago. I haven't seen him since.
Yeah.
But I'm pumped for it. I think it's going to be terrible, and it might be fun to watch. monkeys take.
Hey, I'm reading your chat right now, right?
Okay.
And I think one guy might have had a stroke. He said Nick Margavicius.
No, that's
There's no
a real
way that's
person's-
somebody's name.
It is. It is. It's a Mariners pitcher, and he's not good. With a name like that, what do you expect? But no, that's a real pitcher.
I mean, at least he made it that far. I guess that makes sense why he's playing for the Mariners, because they suck. They're doo-doo. They're bad. Oh, there's only 2 people watching right now. It's not going to piss anyone off.
Yeah. I mean, most Mariners fans would agree with you is the thing. We are the new lovable losers now that the Cubs won the World Series.
The Bourbon Bowl.
Oh, by the way, you should tell people about your accomplishment in the show.
Oh, well, obviously, since no one's watching it right now, for the, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 people who go back and watch this VOD later on, I don't know why, but yeah, I actually threw back-to-back perfect games in the show on the highest
After
difficulty
never
of
throwing a
pitching.
perfect game ever before.
Yeah, and this is in MLB The Show 18.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying since that fucking game came out to do it on Legend difficulty.
Yeah.
I don't know how the hell I managed to do it, but I was really happy that I did.
And for those of you who don't play sports games have BS triggers in them constantly that make it so you can't do certain things no matter what you do. It'll just be like, okay, you're not winning this game, dude. You're just not.
Yeah, I've lost count of the number of one-hitters that I've thrown where that one hit came in the 8th or 9th inning. It gets to the point where you pretty much cannot throw the ball in the strike zone at all.
Mm-hmm.
But then, you end up going 3-0, and you're like, well, now I'm screwed, because I'm still trying to go for the perfect game here. I can't walk them. Oh, and for those of you thinking that was actually like a significantly, amazing achievement and all that shit, there was a lot of rage quitting involved and starting over. But I just really wanted to do it.
Like, you were trying to... I mean, the thing was, like, you were trying to get the perfect game against a really, really bad team, and that team kept lighting you up.
Right.
So then you, what was it you did?
Yeah. Nah, it's, what I was doing, I was thinking I was watching as fucking, it was the Astros, and in my save file, the Astros in 2023 are just absolute dog shit. They still got Jose Altuve with them, but he's the only guy with a batting average above 180. They got like a bunch of fucking single A players on their team, I don't know why. So, without even trying, I was just dominating these guys. I finished the game with 18 strikeouts. And I go into the 9th inning and I'm still throwing a perfect game. And then out of nowhere, this one dude that the announcers say he hasn't had a hit in the last 20 games. I throw a fucking fastball that's basically at the level of his nose, and he somehow just bloops it out in a fucking... bloops it out past the fucking shortstop, and I'm sitting there like, what the fuck, Then I have another game that's similar where I'm looking at a perfect game, and fucking my first baseman makes the play with plenty of time to be able to get the out, and he just fucking stands there. And I'm like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do about that? He just actually refused to fucking play defense. He caught the ball and everything, and then he just hold the play hostage. He's not gonna throw it to first base. I'm like, okay, fuck it. Shit like that happens, and I just rage out immediately. But I come back, I try again. So yeah, actually pulling it off, that was nice. But again, MLB The Show 18, so I'm sure like a bazillion people have thrown perfect games in that game.
Well,
by now.
yeah. But most MLB The Show players that I know play for position. They don't play batter. In my experience.
Pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. The second one that I got today, I was actually surprised by, because I played the first 6 innings, and then I stopped to go to work,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know how long I was going to be out, so I didn't even turn off my PS4. So I come back and the game's still on, so I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm just playing, and then sometime in the ninth, they're like, and there's only 3 outs left in this perfect game, and I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
Then I took a look and I was like, oh shit, okay, time to actually try. Let me make sure I don't fuck this up.
Yeah. I had a coworker once who would go to Mariners games sometimes with his boss at one of the former jobs that he had. And one time he actually went to a Mariners game and, they were getting drunk and having fun. And in, like, the middle of the 8th inning, they looked up and they realized, wait a minute, Felix Hernandez is pitching a perfect game. And they ended up going to the only perfect game in the history of the Mariners franchise. Just on a complete whim. They didn't even realize it was happening till the 8th inning. And then boom. No, I'm not, Daniel, because my understanding is that players don't want their teams to sign ET. Usually players always stick up for players. Even if the player does something really stupid and unacceptable and not okay, the players will stick up for the players. Like, Michael Vick did the, dog fighting ring. And there were players on the Falcons wearing stuff on their undershirts saying, like, free Mike Vick, Vick did nothing wrong, da-da-da. Because you always stand up for your players. But these players are not standing up for Earl Thomas. That's how you know what he did is really not good. He can't even get the players on his side. So, no, I'm not surprised. I mean, he tried to have an orgy with his brother, and then he got in a fight with his teammate because he wasn't showing up to practice. Like, there's a line that I guess you just can't cross. And it involves having sex with your brother.
Basically. That's pretty funny,
Have you? Yeah, I guess. Have you ever?
No. I'm watching this little video here, and I know that a lot of retards these days think that communism's cool and everything, but I watch this fucking video and they're like, yeah, people are scared of communism because free healthcare is terrifying, and I'm sitting there like, yeah, what's actually terrifying is not having any food. Like, they haven't invented the communist country yet that hasn't had mass famines. I don't understand why.
Yeah, are you watching, like, the communist version of PragerU or something?
No.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
By the way, did you ever win the Cy Young in the show? I know.
Yeah. I did. When I started playing again a lot, I was putting a lot of work into it, and I was pretty pissed for a while because I wasn't leading in the Cy Young race, and I'm like, well, this is kind of just fucking retarded. But then I did end up winning it, and I also won MVP, so I was like, okay, no. So then I stopped caring about it, but as I continued to play, like, I was just racking them up.
Nice.
'Cause, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there was some dumb trigger in the game that doesn't let you win the Cy Young as a rookie, no matter how good you pitch or anything like that.
What it is it's like if you're doing really well, then other players will start to do really well in ways that don't make any sense. Like, I remember, I got a pitcher in a fucking American League, and you look at the guys in the Cy Young running in the National League, and the best one's got an ERA of like 350. And he might have at the time like 180 strikeouts. Then I look at me, I've got an ERA of like 175, 200 some strikeouts, and I should be fucking running away with it because I'm way better than the fucking top guys in the National League, right? Oh well, then all of a sudden the Yankees fucking throw out 2 fucking different pitchers who were also under 2 ERA when anybody else in the I'm sitting there like, how the fuck does this make any sense?
The rubber band AI.
Yeah, it's like they just start throwing out the fucking performances of their lives, or it's the same thing when you're playing a position player. Like, I remember one time I was trying to go for the fucking Triple Crown, and I was killing it and fucking I was running away with it in batting average. But for some fucked up reason, even though I was hitting a home run almost every single game, there was still like 3 or 4 guys who were chasing me.
Mhm.
It didn't make any sense because I'm sitting there like, dude, are we about are we all trying to fucking smash Barry Bonds records like they're fucking nothing? Like, what the hell is this shit?
Yeah. I'm really excited to get MLB The Show 21. I love this show. I'm probably going to, yeah, I am probably going to get it on PS5, but I'm pretty sure we can still play together. But you're going to
I hope
smoke
it
me.
doesn't suck. Yeah. I hope it doesn't suck. Do you have PS5 right now
No,
already?
I don't have it yet.
Okay. Because I heard that they're still really difficult to get, which doesn't make any sense to me because there's no games out for it.
Oh yeah. I haven't even tried to get one yet. But I'm thinking now that there's at least one thing I want to play on it, maybe it's about time. Because I know the other stuff that I want to play is coming. It's just not here right now.
Oh, speaking of which, there's God of War 5 coming out. It's God of War 4, not 5. Thank you, Google, you fucking retards.
Technically, there have been other God of War games too, but yeah.
Scheduled to be released this year. Oh boy, it's not like it's fucking May already, and that's just a placeholder. And they're just fucking lying to us because they're trying to get people to click on their garbage. Couldn't be that at all.
There. 1 second, guys. I need to check something. I'll be back in a couple minutes, guys. I need to let my dog out to piss. Be right back. Okay, we are back to do the final part of this game. I don't think anyone's in chat, but it's fine. I wasn't really expecting anybody. I just wanted to go ahead and get this stream on record. I don't know what I'm going to play next. I might play another weeb game. I don't know. I'm going to play a waifu simulator on a Seahawks YouTube channel and see how that goes over.
Oh boy. Another waifu simulator.
You know, the weird thing is,
If I make it out alive, I'm never riding in an
I don't really remember Super Meat Boy that well because I played it so long ago, but I remember it being much easier than Cuphead is so far, so I'm kind of surprised. You were saying you thought Cuphead was much easier than Super Meat Boy?
Yeah, because I actually beat Cuphead.
I don't know. Maybe it's just the difference between a platforming level and a boss fight. Because I think Super Meat Boy had less boss fights.
Exactly. It was like one boss fight per world, but like 20 or so levels per world of just platforming. And I fucking hate platforming. I cannot fucking stand it. And
It's
I
not my
raged out of
favorite
that
either.
shit real quick. Because I mean, generally, I hate games that are hard just for the sake of being hard. Like, I don't have fun with it. And if it's a platformer on top of that, like, get me the fuck out of there.
Well,
And I
when
get
you
that for some people that shit just does it for them, but it's not me.
when you say hard for the sake of hard, do you mean a game that is hard in unfair ways to the player?
Your interests are the same as ours.
I mean a game where the appeal of it is that it's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, there really isn't any other kind of an appeal other than just, yeah, this game is really hard.
That's why
Yeah, dang.
doesn't matter anymore. If you know who this kid is, if you know anything,
Yeah.
you know
Like games like Dark Souls are hard, but I think they're fair.
It's Rubik. He's the one that...
But there are other games that are similar to Dark Souls that are less well made. So there's some stuff in the game that's just luck. Like you can do everything right and you'll just die anyway. And that's kind of what I was talking about, but I see what you're saying.
Leslie, stop.
Wow, yeah, that's definitely a woman posting rails online. Holy shit. Woman who is obviously morbidly obese when you take a look at her profile picture on her Twitter.
Okay.
She's posting a message that she got, and it says, "Excuse me, Deliveroo. It was dinner for one person, you cheeky bastards. Hi there. I hope you're staying healthy and well. I can see that you recently placed a large order with us. Thank you. Was this a corporate order, perhaps for essential employees working in the office? Did you know that you can set up a Deliveroo business account with us? With a corporate account, you will benefit from one consolidated monthly invoice with VAT breakdown, reduced delivery fees, and then the message breaks off from there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that you're definitely posting your L right there. I'm like, look, okay, you know, I eat a lot too.
Yeah,
And
how much would you have to order to trigger that email? Like, my God.
a lot. Because that's where I was going. I'm like, I eat a lot too, but I've never gotten anything like that before. What the fuck? Like,
what did you order? Like 10 burgers? Like, goddamn, man.
it'd have to be something insane.
Like, the first assumption would be you're ordering for your family if you order, like, 5. So it's got to be more than 5.
Good lord.
Women posting their L's online. That's a good Twitter account. I'd follow it if I still had a Twitter account, but I don't.
Oh. Oh, that's fucking good.
Dude, you started
Yes.
laughing the moment I got picked up by the final boss and squashed like a bug. So it actually seemed like you were just watching me play, and I was like, wait, are you watching my screen somehow?
Nice. Good timing. No, it's a post where it looks like a clam says I expect to be a recurring feature on women posting their L's online, but it turns out that they're actually a tranny.
Mm-hmm.
So the dude's all like, "There's no way I'm gonna post you to my account because it's women." Ooh. Ah, that's good stuff. Ten times more addictive than salmon puffs.
To human
I
misery.
love you. I love you, hot links.
Can I unveil my most diabolical creation?
Swank. Hey Mendoza, you want to join me in my kitchen?
I mean, that was some A+ editing to get frickin' McBain in there.
It's pretty funny. New York Post is reporting that unaccompanied children that are taken into custody at the border are being brought to a shelter in Long Beach, and they're each being given a copy of Kamala Harris's children's book called Superheroes Are Everywhere. And the books are being paid for by the Biden administration using taxpayer dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's Kamala's book, I'll give you 3 guesses who the government's paying for that.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, I'm just sitting here laughing because I'm all like, dude, I'd be pretty pissed off if I came into this country and somebody handed me a fucking book by Kamala. But I mean, a lot of people are making a stink over it because it's taxpayer dollars are funding the books.
Yeah.
I'm making a stink over it because Long Beach is like, why the fuck are you setting the children up there? First of all, it's massively overcrowded. Second of all, Long Beach, at least used to be, a really nice community. And it's incredibly expensive to live there. So I'm like, okay, so these fucking... How is that fair? Why don't you yeet them back over the wall?
Yeah, yeet.
Where they belong.
Oh.
Oh, that's pretty fucking good. I miss Phil Hartman because Lionel Hutz was probably my favorite character on The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching a video where it's like Marge's grandmother or something dies or whatever, and Hutz dubs over the fucking video. He's like, to the executive of my estate, Lionel Hutz, I leave $50,000. And he's just
I remember
smiling at
that.
all of them like, oh man.
I created this world. You cannot keep me here.
No, money down.
Then he goes, you'd be surprised how often that works. Holy shit.
No, money down.
Based.
Lionel Hutz no longer exists. Meet Mr. Sanchez.
Miguel Sanchez.
There have been a ridiculous number of flies down here over the last day. I think I've killed like 6 and...
Vital signs, sir.
Are they fruit flies?
No, they're big, fat ones.
Oh.
They're definitely not fruit flies.
I hate me some fruit flies, man. I don't know, it's that time of year, so I'm hoping that I don't see them.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Prod.
They're not going anywhere.
Alright, I think we beat the game, guys. And I have no idea what's going on, but I beat the game. The credits are rolling, therefore we are good.
Wait, hold on, say what you said again?
No, I just said I beat the game.
Oh, cool.
I don't know what's going on, but I beat the game.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Yeah. So anyway, tomorrow I'll be getting off work at the normal time, eating dinner at the normal time, and if you want to play something tomorrow, I should be ready around 6:30 to 7.
Say again?
No, I was just saying that tomorrow I should normal schedule and I should be ready to play with you if you want to around 6:30 or 7.
Oh, okay.
So you just let me know what you've got planned tomorrow and I'll make it work.
Alright.
They better not be trying to say that the whole game was inside my head and I was just delusional or something. I'm about to be mad. Okay, I don't think that's what they're saying. Okay, that's not what they're saying.
You already know.
Just give me some real fresh air.
Hens love roosters, geese love ganders, everyone else loves Ned Flanders. Everyone else loves Mendoza.
Yeah.
Hey, stepbro, how's it going? I'm doing pretty good. I just beat this game, and I'm gonna let the credits roll, and then I'm going to bed.
Yay.
For some reason, this game was made by Bethesda. It has nothing in common with any Bethesda game I have ever played. It's a linear survival horror game. So that's kind of weird, but I guess it doesn't really matter at all. Firstly, let me state that I'm not a pedophile. Motherfucker. What would I rate this game? It's good. It has the shooting feels really good. I like the way the shooting feels. I like the way the crossbow feels. I like the way like ammo management works pretty well. It's good. I have some issues with like the story and characters. They're incomprehensible and nonsensical, but I think it's good. I will play The Evil Within 2. I don't know exactly when. I'm not going to play it right now. But it's not a bad game to have on the back burner as something you can knock out over the course of a half a week. So it will be coming. I'm not going to do it right now, though. If I had to rate this game, I'd give it like an 8.3, 8.4 out of 10. I don't know. Numbers are arbitrary anyway.
You can say that again.
All right, no problem, Stepbro. I'll see you later. Thank you. Anthony Hopkins won Best Actor. That's cool, I guess.
For what?
Movie called The Father, which I've never heard of.
Okay.
It's cool to see the old classics bring home the dub, I guess.
Hollywood must really be struggling if they didn't have anybody willing to buy that Oscar away from Anthony this year.
Oh, you know, with so few people watching the Oscars this year, maybe there won't be worth bribing anybody to win the Oscars, so now we can have real Oscar awards now. I don't know.
It'd be nice, but we already know that they're not going to allow people to win stuff if they aren't colored.
Well, that's one reason why I kind of checked out. They instituted that stupid-ass rule that was like, you have to have X percentage of people of non-white in your movie to be qualified or some garbage like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So we told them you need to have a certain percentage of my foot in your ass.
You got to make sure you cast a ginger in the movie, right?
That's
You
right.
got to get us a ginger. You got to get me a ginger for this role. I got to have me a
You
ginger.
got it, chum.
So good. So good.
You said it yourself, you can't beat the classics.
Okay, come on. I don't care about the people who did the voice and acting for this game in Russian. I didn't play it in Russian. I want these credits done.
I mean, didn't you?
I didn't, I assure you.
Didn't you? The way you respond to that is you say, Tsuka.
If you say so.
Skbloid.
thank you, everybody. I'll see you guys later today. Now, actually, I guess. See you guys later today.
Cool.